Have you ever hit send on a spreadsheet only to get an email back that might as well have been a book with all the questions and comments? If this has happened, this episode's for you. Welcome to the Alavue Unfiltered. This is the podcast where ambitious accountants get the tools, training, and clarity to build real career freedom. I'm your host, Amanda, and today we're unpacking what it really means to produce review-ready work. We'll cover what reviewers actually look for, the red flags that quietly erode trust, and the difference between delivering a file and delivering a message. We're going to start by asking a question that most people don't consider until it's too late. Is this file really ready? I mean it. You hit send, you breathe out, and then you get that message back. Hey, quick question. What's this number tied to? Or worse, do you have a final version? I've been there as both the reviewer and the preparer. So today, we're unpacking what review ready really means and why getting it right isn't just about the math. It's about credibility and the kind of polish that makes someone say, wow, that's one solid accountant. Let's get real for a minute. This is one of the top issues I see inexperienced accountants run into. And if you have been called out for sending unfinished work, I know exactly how it feels. Frustrating, overwhelming, maybe even a little embarrassing. But here's the part no one tells you. Your reviewer probably feels the same way. I know I do, especially when I've had to give the same feedback more than once. At Alavue, we're all about real talk because placating you doesn't move your career forward. So I've got to be honest. If this situation happens to you on a regular basis, chances are you need to take a good, hard look at your work product and review skills. You are most likely sending incomplete work. It's easy to blame others. They're just picky, or I can never make my boss happy. But the reality is, 99% of the time, we can learn to adjust our work to what the reviewer expects to see, even if they are picky and hung up on what you think are unnecessary details. That's why we are here today. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do that step by step. Before we dive into the tools to make sure your work is review ready, we need to talk about why this is so important. Have you heard that an initial impression of someone can happen really fast, within 1/10 of a second when they meet you? Their snap judgments influence how you are perceived. If someone thinks you are trustworthy, intelligent, this judgment has no basis in reality, but nonetheless, it happens. The same happens with your work. Every spreadsheet, every report, every final handoff is an opportunity to build trust. Our team at Alavue works to provide accountants with the skills to succeed, to use their career as a launch point to the lives they want to live. If someone doesn't trust your work, that just isn't going to happen. With this in mind, follow along with us for the next 10 or so minutes. Being able to prepare and recognize a complete, or as we refer to it, review ready work product will pay dividends to your future self. We have to start by defining review ready. Let's be clear. Review ready isn't about perfection. We are human and mistakes do happen. That's why we do reviews in the first place. In our world, though, it does mean your work is complete and you followed all instructions. All the numbers tie and flow through your work. Issues are resolved and documented. If any of that's still in progress, then guess what? Your file isn't ready. When you tell your boss your work is ready for review, this creates a specific expectation. If that expectation isn't met, here's what it actually communicates, whether you mean to or not. You don't fully understand what done looks like. You're hoping your reviewer will finish the job for you. That might sound dramatic, maybe even a little harsh, but we tell you this for clarity. I truly believe a lot of new accountants confuse review ready with I've gone as far as I can and have a lot of questions ready for my reviewer so I can finish. If you want to show leadership and ownership, from here on out, we won't say ready when we're close. We'll say it because we're done. If you remember anything from our session today, remember this. One of the biggest hits to your credibility is saying your work is ready when it's not. Okay, Amanda, but how do I know when my work is actually done? We'll start by going through some immediate red flags reviewers notice when looking at your work. To start, they scan for signals, things that pop out indicating sloppy work. This could be numbers that don't tie, leftover comments or file names like final version 3, typos, sloppy formatting, or missing context, like what's the point of the file? The ultimate test, though, is to ask yourself, if your reviewer opens it cold without you there to explain it, will it still make sense? You're probably listening to this list of red flags and wondering, seriously? File names? So let me tell you a quick story. About a decade ago, I was walking through one of my monthly reconciliations with my boss. Nothing dramatic, just a regular check-in. Then out of nowhere, he says, by the way, I'm really grateful you name your files in a way I can actually find them. That makes my life so much easier. And I just blinked, like, that's what stood out? I mean, sure, I had a system, year, month, day, and a clean description for my file names, mostly so I could find my own stuff later. I didn't even think he noticed, but he did. And that moment stuck with me because that simple naming habit told him something. I was organized. I respected his time, and I could be trusted to deliver clean work without being asked twice. That's what review ready looks like in real life. It's not just the formulas, it's how your work shows up when you're not in the room to explain it. To get better at this, you've got to switch out of prepare mode and start thinking like a reviewer. To adapt the reviewer mindset is about stepping back and asking, is this file accurate? Is it complete? And can an accountant who doesn't work at my company understand it without me there to explain it? That's the shift from doing the work to validating the work. I want to share our submission ready checklist. Use this as your final self-review before delivery. If you can't confidently check off every item on this list, the file isn't ready yet. This is available in the YouTube description, so for now, you can just listen along. 1. The purpose of the file is clear and accurate. 2. The audience has been considered. 3. The file is organized and easy to follow. 4. The numbers tie across tabs, summaries, and labels. 5. All instructions were followed, nothing skipped. 6. Open items, reconciling, pending, and complete, are either resolved or documented. 7. Known issues are clearly flagged, not hidden. 8. Formatting and labeling is consistent throughout. 9. The file is named correctly and saved in the right format. 10. You would feel confident sending this to leadership. The final review-ready best practice comes back to making a good impression. We are full circle here. Let's say you are 95% there and your boss asks you for an update. Here's what you don't say. My work is ready for review. Because unless it's actually ready for sign-off, you've now created false expectations, and that erodes trust. Instead, when you send over your work, say something like, "Here's a draft, still finalizing X, Y, and Z," or "This is nearly done, just one reconciling item left to clear." Transparency isn't weakness. It shows ownership, professionalism, and builds trust faster than pretending everything's fine, especially when communicated early if you are getting stuck on something. I know today was a lot to take in, so I'm going to leave you with 3 takeaways. The first, if your work isn't done, don't say it's ready for review. The second, review ready doesn't just mean no errors. It means clear, complete, and confidently delivered to show off the awesome accountant we know you are. And last but not least, when reviewing your work, take a break and then with fresh eyes, follow the submission ready checklist. This topic was inspired by one of our favorite tools, the Review Ready Guide. It's a pre-submission checklist and walkthrough that gives you the exact steps to follow your work like a pro. Right now, you can get the checklist as a bonus inside our upcoming course, Tie It Out, Real World Excel for Financial Statement Prep, where we show you exactly how pro accountants take raw transactions and turn them into clean, mapped, reusable financial statements without reinventing the wheel every month. This course is only $27, and let's be honest, you'd probably pay more than that just to cut down on one late night scramble before a deadline. Imagine doing that every month with less stress, more confidence, and actual time back. You can find the link in our bio or show notes, and if that sounds like your kind of transformation, go check it out. Thanks for listening. Remember, Review Ready isn't just a status, it's a message. One that says, "I've got this." And at Alavue, that's exactly what we're here to help you do. If this helped, share it with a teammate, subscribe, and join us next time for more real tools, real growth for real accountants.